'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you are watching Able Differently. KBC has been disability friendly over the years, thereby setting a good example to other organizations in Kenya. This noble cause was identified by Gender and Disability Development Center, who awarded KBC for this initiative. Take a look at that story.
Gender and Disability Development Center held its annual awards giving ceremony on 21st December 2018. The event is geared towards appreciating institutions that have been at the forefront in highlighting issues on gender and disability.
Is meant to encourage institutions and individuals to support issues of equality and inclusion.
As the executive director explains, they have objectives that they work to meet.
Some of the major objectives of this event is one, to showcase Kenya's successful and inclusion, successful equality and inclusion champions in all sectors of development. The second major objective is to promote and highlight the role of social inclusion in all sectors of development, to present case studies and research findings for diversity and inclusion is among our key agenda for this event. Another area is to ensure that we bring together governments, that is national government and county government, development partners, non-state actors, and the private sector in celebrating the equality and inclusion indicator. And this year, I think for the first time we're having KEPSA being represented. I forgot to mention about that. Ms. Eva Muraya, it's a pleasure as the chair of the Gender and Youth Sector Board of KEPSA. We really appreciate your presence today.
Chief guest Ms. Kasiva, in her speech, applauded the organization for such a noble cause.
May I take this early opportunity once again to thank the Gender and Disability Development Center for this very creative initiative and consistency in holding this award annually, and more importantly, complementing our efforts as government agencies in the work that we do to ensure voices of women, persons with disability, and other special groups are kept alive.
She admitted that despite the fact that there are policies set to see the women and persons with disabilities thrive, there is still more that needs to be done.
Disability face various challenges across the world. They are sometimes treated less favorably, with limited opportunities to lead full and productive lives. Globally, regionally, and nationally, we are not short of policy and legislative frameworks that seek to address historical wrongs against these special groups. And I can talk about this until morning.
However, there are challenges which further hinder the implementation of these policies.
This discourse is not without challenges. It has quite a bit of challenges, and as most of you know, that the gender agenda as it is itself has quite a bit of challenge. Then you add the disability, it's double challenge. And more often than not, we have inadequate political will, limited funding of gender and disability activities, misconceptions about gender and disability, inadequate skilled manpower, in gender and disability mainstreaming, gender desegregated data for planning and program. Let me start ending by saying that it is therefore very inspiring to interact with distinguished men and women out here this evening who have championed gender and disability mainstreaming in various spheres of their work. From challenges, as I had mentioned, we know that it is not easy, but it takes passion, commitment, and sacrifice to undertake some of this initiative.
Among the key winners in these awards was the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next award is about Inclusion in Media Advocacy Award 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, this award goes to Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, KBC.
Indeed, KBC has been very instrumental in the media when it comes to issues of disability and gender mainstreaming. In the last 2 years, KBC has come up with 3 in-house policies. One is on gender, the other one is on disability, and the last one is the last policy is against sexual harassment, because a lot of that happens in the media houses, especially when we have young people coming for attachment and they are desperate for work. So we have formulated all those policies, especially the last one, to ensure that our young people are not violated. And we have mainstreamed that across all the activities. We have also come up with various programs on both radio and TV aimed at addressing issues of gender and disability. And one of the main programs I'm sure you're aware of is Able Differently. And I would like to recognize the producer who was here, Jackie Lidugwi. She's the producer of the production. So on behalf of KBC, we are very grateful for this award. And this award is dedicated to all the KBC fraternity who have made it possible to mainstream gender, disability, across all our other services.
Another group was the Spina Bifida in the DPO category.
She's surprised. Let's appreciate her. She didn't expect it,
I represent the parents, the caregivers, and we are based in Kijabe. We are a lobby and an advocacy group. We have lobbied with NHIF to include our children in the surgical care. Right now, our children are able to access surgical care, and we are glad that people are listening to parents and caregivers at a very low level. For us, we thought parents don't make sense, but when we went to NHIF, they listened to us and they implemented what we really lobbied for. And we also work with the Ministry of Health, Department of Nutrition and Dietetics, where we encourage the issue of fortification, that the food we eat has the right nutrients that prevents these kind of disabilities.
Cause we're differently abled, differently.